Life has been called a hologram. Why? Because the hologram holds the whole within every part. Break it, and each fragment still carries the entire image, though with less clarity. Your being works the same way. Every thought, every word, and every action is a fragment that reflects the whole of who you are. Each carries the imprint of your lightwave potential. But here's the catch. Most of us are not living inside the clarity of our hologram. Trauma, conditioning, and survival programs cloud the field. Instead of creating from the wholeness of your own light, you inherit fragments written by someone else, words handed down, records you didn't write. And this is where language becomes powerful. Every word is a mark. Every mark carries weight. In grammar, the smallest unit of meaning is a gram, a letter, a word, a record. In life, each I am is its own gram, a mark inscribed into your hologram. And here's what I began to see. Nouns and verbs are more than grammar. They mirror how we live. A noun is existence. It has already come forward, formed, and taken shape. A verb is essence in motion, the unseen becoming that either affirms what already exists or opens new potential into being. Think about it in this way. I is a placeholder, a noun waiting for direction. Am is the bridge, the hinge between what already exists and what could be. Whatever follows, broken, tired, enough, whole, becomes the gram you carry. Each one tips the scale of your life. So the question is, whose words are you carrying? And whose hologram are you living in? The word gram comes from Greek gramma, a mark, a letter, a record. At first, it meant the smallest scratch of meaning. Later, it also became the smallest unit of measure. Two paths, one of words, one of weight, both from the same root, a mark that counts. A gram is never empty. In language, it's the mark that shifts meaning. Add one letter, speak one word, an entire story can change direction. In measure, it's the smallest weight that tips the scale. 1 gram more, 1 gram less, and balance shifts. To mark something is to give it shape, and every shape carries a pattern. This is how habits are formed and repeated. To weigh something is to give it value, and the value you give assigns meaning, charging each moment with energy, frequency, and vibration. And here is the deeper truth. Every mark you make leaves an impression on you. The moment you name it, it is inscribed into your being, mind, body, and spirit. Depending on the story, the word, or the experience, it can live lightly at the surface or become deeply ingrained into your nervous system. Every mark is also an agreement, a relationship with the thing you've named. If a belief forms in childhood before discernment was possible, it becomes the root of patterns. Later in life, you may wonder, why do I keep repeating choices that leave me dissatisfied, stressed, or disconnected? It's because those aren't new seeds being planted. They are old programs looping through you. The root of a program is always a belief. Each unnoticed experience that echoes that belief reinforces it. And because beliefs shape choices and choices shape behaviors, one belief can ripple through countless areas of your life. This is why resistance, frustration, or limitation is never random. It's a call to pause and to trace the pattern back to its mark. What looks like an outside obstacle often reveals an inner inscription you didn't choose. a gram planted before you had the power to discern. Without awareness, these inherited marks distort your hologram, shaping your existence not from your essence, the to be, but from what already exists in the program. And when existence is built from the program, it reproduces the past rather than creating from the present. The more present you are, the more your existence flows from essence, bringing into being what is truly yours rather than recycling what was inherited without your consent. So, what reoccurring pattern in your life feels like it isn't truly yours? What belief might be the mark at its root? Here is the catch. Often the words we speak aren't fully ours. The gram comes from a program. The script is already written before we place our own meaning. Think about Instagram. It was designed to feed you instant grams. Each scroll delivers a new mark, a new weight, a new program for your attention. It feels urgent, but you didn't choose it. The algorithm chose it for you. Do you notice this in your own scrolling? 10 minutes pass, and you're left with someone else's words echoing in your head. Sometimes you even catch yourself repeating phrases you didn't create. That's a program at work. And it's not just social media. Instagram is only one layer. Programs run deeper. Family hands you grams, phrases, beliefs, expectations. Culture hands you grams, values, labels, roles. Survival hands you grams, defenses, patterns, masks. These grams all carry weight. They program you with words and meanings you may not even realize you're carrying. Without awareness, you speak them, you act them out, you build your I am from someone else's script. And this is how weight accumulates, not from what your essence chooses, but from what was chosen for you. The shift begins with choosing to pause and ask, whose gram is this? What program am I running? When you pause to notice, you create space. And in that space, you can choose again. So, what's one I am statement you've carried that you can now see come from someone else's program? Language doesn't just describe life, it creates it. Nouns and verbs are more than grammar, they mirror how we live. A noun is existence. It has already come forward, emerged, taken shape, and been named. A verb is essence in motion, the unseen energy that either affirms what already exists or brings something new into being. Think about the phrase, I am. Every I am statement begins with two pieces, a noun and a verb. I is a placeholder, a noun waiting to be filled. But what inhibits it, your presence or programming, determine what follows. Am is the bridge, the hinge between essence and existence, between what could be and what already is. Whatever comes next, tired, broken, whole, enough, becomes the mark you carry in your hologram. Each phrase tips the scale of your life. The space after I am is open, but it doesn't always feel that way. A program can rush in to feel it. I am not enough. I am too much. I am broken. These words feel personal, but they're recycled scripts. Trauma, culture, or survival wrote them long before you spoke them. This is why trauma cuts so deep. A wound plants an I am that sticks. I am too much. I am not enough. Over time, that phrase stops being a passing description and becomes an identity. The more you repeat it, the more it feels unshakable. But the truth is, every I am is a choice point. Each one can either repeat the program or return to your essence. Once the word is spoken, it doesn't stay neutral. A word becomes weight, weight becomes identity, identity becomes a loop. The more you repeat it, the more solid it feels. And the more solid it feels, the harder it is to imagine yourself outside of it. So this is where presence matters. If you pause before the next word, you interrupt the loop. You reclaim the bridge. You can ask, who wrote this word? Do I want to carry it? What happens if I choose a different one? That pause is the opening where your truth can step in. This is what to be or not to be really comes down to. To be is the conscious choice to pause, return to the presence, and let the verb carry your essence into becoming. It's stepping into your hologram with awareness and creating from a state of wholeness. Not to be is when you live only in what already exists. Stories handed down, programs you didn't consent to, and words spoken over you until they hardened into identity. It is existence without presence. Neither path is simple. When you choose presence, you'll face the old marks that kept you disconnected. You'll meet discomfort and the urge to slip back into familiar patterns, programs. When you choose a program, it may feel easier in the moment, but you end up circling inside someone else's story. I've caught myself in both places. There are days when I pause before I say I am, and I feel the freedom to create from a place of presence. And there are days I hear myself say I'm overwhelmed or I'm stuck, knowing I've just repeated an old line that doesn't belong to me. The difference isn't perfection, it's awareness. Each moment is another chance to choose which path I walk. Every I am is a seed, a mark, a gram. With each one, you're deciding, do I echo the program or do I open to essence? Do I repeat what already is or do I create what can be? Awareness is what clears the field. The more you notice the grams you speak, the more you reclaim your hologram from the programs you inherited. And here are ways to begin. 1. In words. Notice the phrases you use today, especially the ones that start with I am, you are, they are, we are, she is, he is. Pause. Before you finish the sentence, ask, is this a truth I choose or a program I've inherited? If it feels heavy, don't bypass it. Transform the sentence. Choose one word from I am broken and notice how it feels to say, I am not broken. They are wrong into what if they are not wrong? They are right. See what shifts when you move just 1 gram, when you flip the word itself. New questions open. What actions made me feel broken? What beliefs are challenged if they are right? The verb, the doing, comes into focus. Number 2, in numbers. Pay attention to the small measures of your day. 1 conscious breath, 5 minutes of pause, a single choice made with awareness. These tiny measures tip the balance of your hologram more than you realize. Number 3, in awareness. At the end of each day, write down 1 gram that carried weight, a word you spoke, a choice you made, or a moment that stayed with you. Ask, did I choose this weight or was it handed to me? And number 4, the hologram pause. Catch the phrase. Ask who the I is. Is it presence or program? Feel the weight in your body. Transform the sentence by shifting 1 gram. Seal the word with presence. I am here. I am whole. I am present. Each of these practices bring you back to the place where every mark matters, where each word inscribed becomes not just an echo of the past, but a creation of the present. A hologram holds the whole within every fragment. Your life is no different. Every word, every mark, every I am you speak carries the whole of you, sometimes with clarity and sometimes through the fog of programming. You cannot erase the past, but you can choose the grams you carry forward. One word shifted, one sentence paused, one breath taken with awareness. Each small act clears the field, brings the image into focus, and restores your connection to essence. So ask yourself, what marks are you inscribing into your hologram today? And do they belong to the program or to the wholeness of who you truly are?